In every action genre manga or anime, there is usually a group consisting of strong people. This group is usually very strong, so it is very difficult to beat. One example is of course Akatsuki in Naruto, where this group consists of high-level ninja. Then the Upper Moon Demon or Hashira in Kimetsu no Yaiba, and the Black Bull and Black Clover are also perfect examples. How a group is formed from people who have power beyond reason. As time goes by, the presentation of this strongest group continues to be accepted by new manga artists in writing their works. Why is that? Yes, of course. Because this is one of the triggers for people to be interested in reading this new generation of manga. Yuto Suzuki created the Sakamoto period manga to perfection, after he created an order group consisting of the strongest assassins in the Sakamoto era. It can be said that the order group was the highest achievement of assassins in the world during Sakamoto's time. Not a few people aspire to join the order just to gain popularity in the assassin world. Even though it sounds very simple, the problems in this order group are also very complex. It's so complicated that main characters like Sakamoto Taro are willing to leave this order group. So this time I will discuss in detail about order groups, and every assassin who has or refuses to join this group of assassins. But before continuing, forget to click the subscribe button and bell first, so that I can be more enthusiastic about creating content like this. Thank you. The Order is an elite group formed by JAA, or Japanese Assassin of Association, which is an organization of assassins who control Japan. This group never fills up. You could say the golden age of this group occurred when Sakamoto Taro was still part of it. The reason is that at that time Sakamoto was named one of the strongest assassins in Japan. The Order itself is tasked with maintaining order in the world of assassins. When disputes occur that threaten the assassin industry, then the Order will immediately step in to take care of it. Even though it sounds terrible, most of the haters of the Order call the Order the dogs of the assassin organization, who only works to satisfy the desires of the leaders of JAA. However, to be able to join the Order, apart from being strong and skilled at killing, candidates are also usually chosen after successfully defeating other members of the Order. However, not all the strongest assassins want to become members of the Order. One of the strongest assassins who refused the offer to join the Order was Etsuko Sotoda. He would rather teach at an assassin school than become a member of the Order. Apart from that, Kei Uzuki and Ryona Kao were invited but ran away. Then Uzuki even intended to destroy the Order group. Number 1. Satoru Yotsumura. The Order group itself was led by Satoru Yotsumura, who at that time served as deputy head of the old Order JAA. Yotsumura is also nicknamed the Professor in the Assassin world because he has extraordinary intelligence and calmness. Yotsumura also has very capable fighting abilities. He has weapons in the form of 3 sticks, which can make it difficult for his fighting opponent to reach him. However, despite his strength, Yotsumura was ultimately deemed a traitor by JAA new leader Kiyosaki. Then he was expelled from the Order, made a fugitive, and has since been sentenced to death. The reason is that Yotsumura is considered to be collaborating with conspirators who want to kill the old leader of JAA. This was discovered after his wife turned out to be one of the conspirators, even though he managed to kill his own wife in order to save his child. However, Yotsumura is still a fugitive because of Kiyosaki actions. Number 2. Kindaka. The second person who played a role in forming the Order group was Kindaka. He was Yotsumura's friend. Kindaka is the fastest assassin in Sakamoto days. If the opponent is not focused on attacking him, Kindaka can approach his opponent quickly and hit him hard. Kindaka was also an important person who recruited Sakamoto, Ryan, Uzuki, and Nagumo into the Order, although Rian and Uzuki failed to join. However, Kindaka experienced a tragic incident that left him in a coma for 8 years, while carrying out a mission to take the JAA leader's wife and children to the airport. That day, Kindaka was poisoned by his opponent when they were fighting. Even though he already had the antidote, he didn't have time to cure it, because Uzuki deliberately threw away the antidote. After waking up from a coma for 8 years, Kindaka finally joined Sakamoto's team, after realizing that the problems in the Order group were very complex. Hyo has been a member of the Order for quite a long time. Hyo is stocky and tall. He was Sakamoto and Nagumo's senior when he was at JCC. At that time, Hyo was not yet an outstanding student, so no one thought that he would become a member of the Order. Even so, thanks to disciplined practice, Hyo was able to prove that he was a very strong assassin. That's why he was finally recruited to become a member of the Order. Since becoming a member of the Order, Hyo has become a close friend of Nagumo. Even though she looks very scary and emotional, deep down, Hyo actually really cares about her friends. He once showed this when reminding Sakamoto not to get involved in the assassin world anymore, so he could focus more on protecting his family. Hyo also saved Heisuke when he was trapped by Kumanomi in Thailand, which ultimately resulted in him being killed. Since Nagumo heard the news that Hyo had been killed, Nagumo was sad and paid his last respects by firing a bullet into the air. So the next members recruited simultaneously were Sakamoto Taro and Yoichi Nagumo. It could be said that in this era, the Order group reached its heyday, because these two people were known to be very strong. As for Sakamoto, you already know how strong he is during his time as a member of the Order. Sakamoto was never involved in a dispute with other members. Therefore, when he left the group and chose to live a normal life, many members of the Order respected him. Well, it's different with Sakamoto. Nagumo can be said to be the most annoying figure in this group. Yes, because of his actions, he often gets into fights with other members. But behind his attitude, Nagumo is clearly one of the strongest assassins in this group. His basic nature is to be a spy, making him skilled at disguising himself. Even Nagumo can disguise himself without being noticed all day long. Not only that, Nagumo is also very skilled in fighting techniques using sharp weapons. However, in the end, Nagumo was officially expelled from the group and declared a fugitive along with Sakamoto, after he was suspected of being involved in acts of terrorism at the Okutabe Museum. And since he was declared a fugitive, Nagumo finally joined Sakamoto's team. So the next member of the Order, who is also very dangerous, is the Shishiba and Osaragi couple. Shishiba was recruited by Yotsumura, who was also his former mentor in the Order group. Shishiba could be said to be very unique because he has a weapon in the form of a hammer. When he first joined the Order group, Shishiba was always with Yotsumura, and 8 years later he also has a new mentor named Osaragi. Shishiba is a member of the Order who is very obedient in carrying out missions and orders from JAA officials, including not hesitating to fight Yotsumura, who was none other than his former mentor. Shishiba managed to defeat Yotsumura in a duel. After Yotsumura was declared a fugitive, even though it looks dangerous, Shishiba has the principle of not killing civilians and only focusing on the mission given to him. In contrast to Shishiba Osaragi, who is his subordinate, can be called an assassin who has no emotions. This is what makes the fighting very brutal, and it is not uncommon for anyone to be killed, even civilians. Even though he is very brutal, Osaragi still has weaknesses, namely very afraid of ghosts. Number 8, Kaguri. He is the strangest member of the Order ever. Kaguri managed to join the Order after defeating a member of the previous Order, who was none other than his best friend. Kaguri never called himself an assassin, but he always thought of himself as a gore thriller film director. Therefore, at every opportunity, Kaguri always brings a camera. Because he often feels like a director making a film, Kaguri always kills anyone who is near him in order to create the perfect murder scene. He showed this when recruiting new students at JCC school. Not only that, Kaguri also messed up while at JCC school and was involved in a duel with Etsuko Sadada, which resulted in the death of teacher Sakamoto. The only person who annoyed Kaguri and failed to make a perfect film was Sakamoto. Until now, Kaguri has not been able to beat Sakamoto. And long story short, Kaguri was expelled from the Order after he was declared to be in league with Kei Uzuki. Even so, Kaguri thought he joined Uzuki only because he was interested in making a film entitled Akira Akao, which wanted revenge on Uzuki. Number 9, Takamura. The strongest assassin member in the Order group is Takamura. Takamura himself, who is elderly, should be able to relax and enjoy his old age. However, until Sakamoto left this group, Takamura remained successful and very feared in the assassin world. Moreover, Sakamoto himself couldn't beat this old man. Like most grandfathers, Takamura walks with a hunched posture. Order members said that Takamura was a blind grandfather and only relied on his hearing in battle. Whenever he feels a threat, Takamura immediately uses his sword, which is often covered in whatever material is nearby. Takamura was also able to break the Tokyo Tower with one slash. No one knows how Takamura got into the Order, but Nagumo said that the only person who could defeat Takamura was himself. Nagumo's words were proven after Uzuki imitated Takamura's personality, and the next member of the Order is named Kamihate. He is an excellent marksman, and until now, Kamihate has never shown his face. However, in carrying out his actions, Kamihate was always successful. Even Heisuke, who holds the record for most shooters at JCC, has trouble dealing with it. Kamihate is able to stab his opponent with a precise target, up to a distance of 5 kilometers. So that's my discussion about the Order group, the elite assassin group in Sakamoto days. What do you think? If something is still incomplete, don't forget to fill in the comments column. So that's all from me. See you in the next post. Thank you.